Are you bothered about belts? Because you don't seem to
No,
be.
at this point in time, I am the belt. And I believe that he is too now. Masvidal.
Diaz, welcome to Times Square, New York City.
Yeah, thank
Perfect
you.
setting for this conversation, man. We've got the lights going off in the background. All good.
Yeah, that's cool.
All good, man. How close were we to not having you here this week?
We were all the way not going to be here or all the way going to be here. So his ball was in their court.
I've never experienced an athlete, and take this as a compliment, because I've never experienced an athlete deal with what is classed as an adverse finding the way that you dealt with that last week. I know that obviously that's natural to you, the way that you were naturally dealing with it, but do you understand how that now can change the game for other athletes going forward?
Yeah, I was curious in the beginning why people who were getting in trouble for these types of things were even, I would say, like, if they told me I was in that position taking supplements accidentally or even anything, I'm like, if you're just fucking keeping a big old secret about steroids, you're most likely on them. So that's just the fact that they were like, it was just a big old hush-hush thing. It seemed pretty shady to me, and if you can be shady, you probably are being shady. So.
Were you not advised, though? Obviously, the advice that would come your way would have been, keep this under wraps, we'll deal with it, because we've got protocols for that. But you were having none of it. You obviously dealt with that your own way.
Yeah, because if I'm accidentally on steroids, then, and I'm keeping a secret and getting in the cage, that's cheating. So.
But many athletes.
If I'm gonna cheat, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna cheat. Straight up.
Yeah. But many athletes previous to you have obviously followed those protocols.
Maybe they were on steroids.
So therefore now you kind of set precedent, which is a good thing, of course it is.
Yeah.
You've now set precedent that people can, if they're not cheating,
Yeah, we're not cheating.
come out and be honest about it and deal with it in appropriate
Yeah,
manners.
if you're a part of the secret, you are a cheater.
Yeah.
You're keeping a secret from whatever. It's like, and I ain't busting nobody out anyways too. Like, I'm just not gonna be like looking back like, oh, I should have said something instead of cheating. So.
Do you sort of need to change the way that they are testing athletes?
I don't know. I don't know anything about any of it. They're doing their job. They're not doing a job. That's a part of the job.
Yeah.
Whatever they're gonna do, they're gonna do. But if they're gonna come at me, tell me I'm so. They should have. If they wanted to like get me busted for something, they should have just shut the hell up and not told me, and then told me I was busted afterwards. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you catch me. See, I just get myself up. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it just worked out how it worked out.
Well, for me as a fan, I'm glad that it worked out the way it is, because you're here, you're in New York, and we're going at it at the weekend, and we're looking forward to doing your thing. But we've been a long time waiting. We obviously saw you against Pettis recently, but you've been out for 3 years, man. What? Explain to me that process as to why you were out for such a long period of time.
Yeah, but I was in the whole 3 years. I just wasn't on the scene because there was no scene happening. It was just kind of.
Were you offered fights?
It was too slow moving. It was too. It wasn't. Like when I started fighting, there was somebody who was the guy, who was the man, who, you're like, I'm gonna fight, and then show people I could beat that guy, you know. But there was no guy.
So during that period of time, you're obviously watching. You're looking for a guy, but there was no guy there until.
I wasn't necessarily. Yeah, I guess I was looking, but I was just like, when someone pops up, you know, I'm in the game still. I'm still working, so I got my partners, my whole team trained, so the game don't stop at home. Just the cameras turn off for a minute.
So what is it about Jorge Masvidal that you've seen that you thought to yourself, I'm gonna get myself back in here and
well,
compete?
even before that, when the UFC was talking to me about people, like they were giving me like kind of no-name opponents, and like ranked way high. Like when I lost to Conor, which I don't believe I lost, they sent him to the stars. You know, they're like, all right, he's fighting Floyd Mayweather. He's getting 2 titles. They're promoting him to that. He's taking time off, and he's still, you know. And then they're like, you could fight a ranked number 27 fighter, or whatever the case was. Kind of like I got to work my way up, and I was like, I don't. I'm above all that. I don't need to be working my way up for nothing. So I'm just gonna sit back here, try and work with the team. I have back-to-back fighters fighting, and we're just keeping in gear. I didn't even know 3 years went by. It just happened. Yeah. And then I was like, I would fight Jorge Masvidal when he was fighting and he was doing his thing, but he's not even. They're not even making a big deal of him or making a scene with him or doing anything for him like they're not doing for me. So I'm like, what I'm gonna do? Go and jump in and just fight this guy who's really good, but no one's giving him any credit for. So as soon as they had it, not even still, they were trying to give the other guy credit, blow him up the next big thing, and everybody was eating it up, and he was talking it, and it was irritating. And then he's fighting Masvidal, and I was thinking, like, man, that guy shouldn't even get to fight Masvidal. You know, he's a way more seasoned, more experienced, more legendary fighter than this new guy anyway. So then I was just like, man, he better not lose to that guy. And then when he went out and did it how he did it was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. And then everybody's like, okay, he's the guy. I'm like, all right, now we got a guy on our hands. So before that, ain't nothing was happening. Everybody was stagnant. It's boring. It's like the champions were analysts. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I don't fight analysts. You know, I'm not into that. I'm into fighting. You're in high school, what are you gonna do? Beat up the school newspaper guy and be the coolest kid on the block, or are you gonna beat the hardest dude in the block or in the school?
So off the back of the second Conor fight, Conor's gone, as you said before, he's gone off in this direction, marketed and pushed in this direction.
Yeah.
That never happened for you. Why not? Because it takes 2 to tango.
Yeah, that I was just way too not the look they were going for, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Maybe at one point I was, but I think I missed that bus, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger. But I was a I didn't even realize the career was going on. So I realized at a certain point, I missed the bus, you know? They were trying to push, but I'm not aware of that because I ain't no rich kid. All these rich kids got somebody saying, hey, they're gonna mark you, they're gonna push you and tell you what to do. This is what I think about, you know. I'm down someone was telling these guys, I have nobody like that. The only one telling me anything was my brother, and he was just like, train harder, be harder, and take out everybody. And that was all my mindset was like that. And then I had these decision losses that slowed things down, and okay, we're not in that market anymore. We're into this guy now and this guy. And then as soon as I'm realizing all that, okay, I missed the bus, but no one was telling me I didn't have a rich guy. That's my thoughts on it, you know. I had nobody. So
what's your thoughts on this now then? Because it seems to have gone full circle. That they're making a belt for you.
Because I realized it and I flip-flopped it on their ass, and I did that all myself. And with my brother's knowledge and influence and experience and time, you know, because I've grown up in this. So I understood kind of what was happening. I seen it from the outside in, and maybe a little sit out for 3 years will make you do a little paying attention besides just on fighting the next guy. I'm like, okay, this is what's going on, looking out in, you know.
So you must have a plan then going forward off the back of the weekend.
Off this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. For now, the plan is keep my head on my shoulders.
You just mentioned there in that last answer how much Nick was an influence as well of now being able to treat this as a career rather than just fight by fight. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about the conversations that you've had with him of how you get the best out of this game for you.
I don't know. We just talked forever and watched it together, and I saw him go through stuff. It was more so just experience. See him realize stuff, figure stuff out. See him go through stuff. He led the way, you know. And Still, I'm learning more every day, and I think that's the difference between me and other fighters. Still, I think they're where they're at, and they're like, okay, they hit the level.
Yeah.
Learning's done, and their career didn't go as far as it could from there.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm still getting better, still getting smarter, still figuring it out, and understanding more, even from the experience this week. I'm sure in a month, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, as time goes on, I'm going to even have more learned from all this.
Regarding that experience, regarding the second Conor fight, do you regret giving him a rematch?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have been able to sleep with that because I'm not a sucker, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying. I was like, they gave me the fight, he was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And even when at the end, when I was like, I'm not surprised, that was off the head because I had thought of that. Like, that was just like, I didn't plan on saying that, but I was so just like, when I took that fight, I knew he was a big deal, but he wasn't even as big deal then until then. Mm-hmm. He was a bigger deal than everybody else, but I was like, what the f are they giving this guy all this love for and all this clout and all this? And I'm like, if I need to get a fight with this dude. And then when I did, and everybody's going in and all over the internet and everybody's saying how I don't stand a chance and stuff, I was like, what is anybody talking about? Like that, I'm surprised that anybody thinks this guy's gonna beat me. I was tripped out on that. And then when I beat him, they're like, I want to rematch him. Like, oh, this big deal. I was like, okay. I don't think I'm gonna lose to you again either. I didn't think he was. I didn't even think he was any good, honestly. And I was just thinking, hey, shoot. I was like, man, if somebody just came along and whipped my ass, I just want a rematch. And if I didn't give them, if they didn't give me one, I'd be like, because I already been not got rematches.
Yeah.
So I'd have been like, dude, this guy's whole life.
So do you feel?
So I was like, I'll give this guy a rematch. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you? Let's do it again. If I ain't afraid. I ain't scared.
That's because your attitude towards fighting. Do you feel now that he owes you a rematch?
I feel like he did.
Yeah.
Now I don't feel like he owes me. I don't want nothing from nobody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even then, I was like, how do you sleep at night? You got your choked on your face in front of everybody, mm-hmm. and then you want a slight decision. That's not a win back. That don't work for me. That doesn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just like we were just talking about that the other day in jiu-jitsu matches with somebody. And it's like I was talking to Kron. He's like, oh yeah, I choked that guy or I tapped him out. And he beat me. He beat me by points though. Later, I was like, it's not the same. You're the only one who actually won. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you got to sleep with that, and he went on a wild run. But at the same time, how could you not though? They're gonna give you a title fight with an easy fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, the best matchup was that Eddie Alvarez fight for him to get the two-time champ. But I beat him after he beat Aldo and before he fought Alvarez, and now I got to fight ranked 27 ranked fighters and work my way back up, and he's the double champ. I'm the double champ still. That's how I feel about it. That's why I was gone for 3 years. I was like, don't even come at me with this. But then still, they was never gonna give me nothing back, so I had to make a win. So I was like, all right, give me Pettis is the guy. He's been around forever. He's winning. He's knocking everybody out. He's a top-ranked guy, and he just knocked out another top-ranked guy in the division. I was like, that's a good fight. Let's do that. And then I'll first and foremost get through this guy, get the win, and do it right, and then we can move on from there. And even the Masvidal thing wasn't set in stone. It was just one of many ideas, and it seemed to be a really good one.
What does?
I mean, it will if I get this job done like I'm supposed to.
Are you bothered about belts? Because you don't seem to.
No,
be.
At this point in time, I am the belt. And I believe that he is too now, Masvidal.
How does this fight play out at the weekend?
I'm going in there. I came here to win, so that's what I'm here for.
Good luck, man.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.